Hi Laura, hi Marcus. Hi look. Sorry. How are you guys?
Hello, Laura. Hello, Stuart.
Hello,
How's everything?
nice to meet you.
Very well.
That's a very
Very well.
nice Saturday.
Yes, it is. Are we still waiting or for other people to join, or would you like me just to begin?
We start the presentation section in 2 minutes, and then we
Okay.
let other students come in.
Oh, okay.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Mamo, Head Consultant of SRY Education. Today, we share with you guys information about a reputable university, which is Harvard University, UK high-ranked university. And then the opportunity is you start your education in Malaysia and then you transfer to the UK at any time you want. Definitely, it is fully credit transfer, we will say. Today, we will highlight interesting points like why we should choose Heriot University and why Heriot University in Malaysia. Also, we will include about the Malaysia campus including physical facilities, lecturers. Also, maybe it is flying lecturers from the UK. And then another interesting point is like full credit transfer, 1+3 or 2+2. Of course, we share with you guys about the available programs. For Thank you so much for your time today. I'm honored to introduce our speaker, Director of Enrollment and Operations Management, Mr. Chadu.
Hi everyone. Yes, my name's Stuart. I work for Shorelight, but I'm based on campus at Heriot-Watt in Edinburgh in Scotland. So yeah, it's a pleasure to meet everyone here. As Laura has said there, we will touch on the university as a whole through this presentation. We'll look at the Malaysia campus specifically, but also the UK and the Dubai campus a little bit. There's some information on entry requirements, on fees and scholarships, and just kind of the real idea is to give you a sense of what it would be like to study at this university. So there's a couple of videos which I'll share within the presentation as well. So if we're ready to start, I'll begin with the introduction to Heriot-Watt. So, as Laura was saying, Heriot-Watt is a well-established university. It's actually over 200 years old in the UK. And if some of you were on early, you would have seen that video that was playing, which was very informative. It's established campus is Edinburgh, but since then, within the last sort of 10 to 20 years, they've expanded to Dubai in the UAE and to Putrajaya in Malaysia. So the school itself is particularly well known for being an engineering, a science, a business school. There are research outputs from the academics and from the senior students that reach the highest standards. I'll touch on that in a later slide. But essentially, this is kind of the your STEM type subjects that Heriot-Watt is best known for, along with business. There's a part of a school within the university called the Edinburgh Business School, and that is included in the Dubai and Malaysia campuses as well. So don't let the name confuse you. But we'll talk about the schools a little bit. So as you can see, Heriot-Watt kind of prides itself on being a modern university as well. So the facilities available to students on all campuses are of the highest spec, the highest order. The teachers from the university are all employed by Heriot-Watt, and the Malaysia and Dubai campuses, it's important to note, are not branch campuses. They are part of the university. So these are not affiliates or branch campuses. So teachers that have taught in the UK will teach in Dubai and Malaysia as well. And we often see them moving about, and it's the same with the students. So here on this map, what you can see is the student population of each university. So within the UK campus, we have around 11,000 students, as you would expect. It's the largest campus, being the original campus. Dubai, slightly more established with 4,500, and I understand that is to increase. They're building actually an additional site to incorporate more students, and then the Malaysia campus, which is the newest campus, has around 2,100. But again, this is an expanding student demographic. It's a fast-growing one. The Malaysia campus, in particular, due to its price point, we expect to grow within the next 2 to 3 years significantly. So students could be on this call or that we recruit for the next couple of years will be part of this exciting growth. So the mission and the culture of Heriot-Watt University, as I say, it's more science, engineering, business focused, but they have a strong research profile and are of high international repute. One of the unique things about Heriot-Watt is the opportunity for students to transfer from campus to located in one country to another campus. Not many universities offer this, and it's an exciting opportunity for students to either spend one semester, 1 year, or even complete their degree on another campus. The rankings of Heriot-Watt, so it's 256th in the world, and it's also 32nd in the UK. And now the UK is obviously well-established higher education provider. Some of the world's best universities are located in the UK. So for Heriot-Watt to be sitting at 32nd there indicates the strength of the university and the quality of the education that it provides.
Excuse me, Stuart. I'm sorry for
Yeah.
interrupting you, but I think because of the internet connection. So from Myanmar, Laura informed me they could hardly see your slide running up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so can you a little bit slow down to make sure the internet connection we can see your slide.
Sure, yeah, of course. So
Thank you,
apologies
Rob.
about that. Hopefully you can see. So I was just talking about the ranking of Heriot-Watt, that it is 32nd in the UK, which is a very strong ranking when considered to some of the other world-renowned universities like Oxford and Cambridge, which are also within the UK. So one of the main things that Heriot-Watt prides itself on is graduate salaries. So students that graduate from Heriot-Watt, 95% of them are either in further study, so they complete a postgraduate or a PhD, or within a job of their choice within 6 months. So the important statistic that we always like to say is that actually the students don't just find a job in any industry, they secure a job in an industry of their choice. And that's something that, it prides itself on because many students come to university, of course, to enhance their career opportunities. I mentioned as well the level of output, research output, which is provided to students and to the world, and it's 88.6% is classed as world leading. So some of the top research in the world is coming out of Heriot-Watt, and students get to be part of that research. Some of the highly rated subjects that Heriot-Watt is known for. So within the UK, we're the first, and anyone who's interested in sort of building or construction or project management, Heriot-Watt is rated first in the UK. You can see things like civil engineering there as well, accounting and finance, very highly regarded individual subjects, which have been ranked by reputable newspapers within the UK. So this is a brief video on the sort of introduction to kind of the feel of studying within Heriot-Watt. I will play it for you now. Hopefully the sound and everything comes across with the internet connection that we have. So Locke, I'll look to you. If you can just nod if you can hear and see everything okay, then I'll know that it's playing, okay?
Now
Thank
it's
you.
okay. Now it's okay. Now it's okay. You can show the video. Thanks, Stuart.
It's time to make your future. All you scientists, designers, engineers, entrepreneurs, and tech innovators, break ground, build bridges, build something we don't have a name for yet. Forget the status quo, forget stereotypes. Go global. Change your environment, change the environment. Maybe just leave the world a better place than you found it. Like we have for nearly 200 years.
Oh, sorry. So I've stopped it there. That's pretty much it.
Now it's your turn. Be future made at Heriot-Watt University. It's time.
So as you can see, that is a slightly old video, but I think it incorporates the feel of studying at Heriot-Watt, the innovation that is available to students, and the exciting nature of studying at Heriot-Watt. Now, I had mentioned the university is made up of a number of schools. So every program that the university offers, and I'll cover the number of programs which are within the university itself in a later slide. But every program falls into a school. So if you're studying accounting and finance, you would be within the business school, for example. And there are 5 schools here. So you should have an idea if there is a subject which is of interest that you believe you would want to study, you should be able to kind of understand what school you'd be in, and that will be the administration will take place within that school. So next slide I have should hopefully be the one covering these. So Heriot-Watt UK, the UK campus has the largest offerings. So it has 127 undergraduate programs available to students, and it has 130 postgraduate programs. So key sort of things to note here are within the UK, undergraduate degrees are 4 years, but within the Malaysia campus, undergraduate degrees last 3 years. If you are suitable for direct entry, there is an additional year available if students don't meet the entry requirements for year 1. They can join our foundation program, and that leads directly into year 1. We also, across all campuses, accept a wide range of international entry criteria. So any qualification you're doing will be reviewed by Shorelight and by the admissions team at Heriot-Watt, and we will establish the equivalency to some of the more standard, like the IB or A levels, and we will be able to sort of provide offers to students based on those qualifications. Year 1 within Scotland, because there is an additional year, provides a broader, more flexible education. So students will be allowed to select elective programs that maybe are not essentially part of their degree award, but that they would like to study as out of interest. And within the postgraduate programs, Heriot-Watt is actually very well known for its postgraduate programs. Within the UK, and Dubai and Malaysia, all postgraduate programs are 1 year. So unlike the US, unlike Canada, these programs, you can complete your postgraduate within 1 full year, saving obviously a lot of time and a lot of money in terms of the duration of those studies. So let's make an introduction again to the Malaysia campus. This is, as I said, the newest campus, and it is located in Putrajaya, which is about 20 to 25 kilometers away from Kuala Lumpur. Putrajaya was actually nominated as one of the safest places in Malaysia to live. So this is an excellent location for students that are interested in sort of studying at a quieter, more relaxed pace of life, but if they do want to kind of explore a big city, then the Kuala Lumpur is widely available through public transport. It's a very eco-friendly city, so it was designed as a garden city, as an intelligent city, and as you can see from the slide there, 38% of the area is green spaces. So again, for students that like the fresh air, that like to spend some time reflecting on what they've been doing, then this is a great option for students. So we have another video here. It lasts about 1 or 2 minutes, but I think it's a key video because it's actually led by 2 students at Heriot-Watt Malaysia, and it introduces us to the campus. So it gives you an idea of, if a student was to arrive on this campus, of course it looks like a beautiful building from the outside, but what does it look like inside? So this is an explanation for everyone, and we will come back once the video completes.
Hello and welcome to Heriot-Watt University Malaysia, a vibrant campus with a conducive environment where students can learn, grow and excel.
Our campus is home to a diverse community of students from different countries, cultures and backgrounds.
Today, we'll bring you on a tour around our campus and show you some of the highlights where it benefits us as students.
We're currently at the Plaza, a place for students to engage and participate in various events such as food festivals and bazaars.
With that said, shall we?
The Tan Sri Yeo Tiong Lei Library is a magnificent building that houses a vast collection of books, journals, and electronic resources.
The library has a variety of study spaces that cater to different learning preferences and styles.
The quiet study zone is perfect for individual study, while the group study rooms provide an ideal environment for collaborative learning. The lecture rooms at Heriot-Watt University, Malaysia are equipped with state-of-the-art technology, making learning more interactive and engaging.
Professors use various teaching aids such as whiteboards, presentations, and even video conferences to help us understand and retain information better. On campus, we have access to designated labs for each discipline, such as the Chemical Engineering Lab, Civil Engineering Lab, and Mechanical Engineering Lab.
These labs are where we put theory into practice.
Here, we have access to advanced equipment and instruments, which gives us the opportunity to conduct experiments that simulate real-world scenarios. We also have psychology labs where students are given the opportunity to conduct their research and apply psychological theories in a real-world setting.
The Uni Restaurant, Bakeology and Happy Cafe are popular food outlets on campus that offer a wide variety of delicious and affordable meals. Our IT rooms offer group study rooms which are equipped with whiteboards and a monitor, making it ideal for collaborative learning. The computer labs are where we have access to various software and programs essential for our coursework.
Lastly, the Student Common 5 is a place where students can relax and engage in various recreational activities. Being conveniently located in front of the lake here provides us with the opportunity for a walk or even a jog, thus promoting a healthy lifestyle.
And that concludes the tour of our campus.
We hope that you enjoyed seeing the highlights of our university and how it benefits us as students.
Do drop by and we'll be glad to take you around our campus. And also this breathtaking rooftop at Heriot-Watt University, Malaysia.
So, as you can see, again, a truly remarkable campus. Very, very recently opened. Everything in there feels very modern and very new and very fresh. And with that smaller student community, students have way more attention focused on them. Within Malaysia as a destination, it is conveniently located, as I say, next to Kuala Lumpur. So, as an international hub for any students coming from anywhere sort of Southeast Asia, Australasia, it is a very convenient travel destination. So it makes getting home for the holidays or having visits from parents very accessible. So one of the key things about Heriot-Watt Malaysia is it makes for a very cheap study destination for students while still obtaining a UK accredited university degree. So anyone that graduates from Heriot-Watt Malaysia is awarded a Heriot-Watt degree. It does not say Heriot-Watt Malaysia, and likewise for Heriot-Watt Dubai, it's a Heriot-Watt awarded degree, which is a UK institution. So again, carries very strong weight when students are, mentioning this on their resume, their CV, or applying for jobs. There are multiple intakes per year as well available at Heriot-Watt Malaysia, which makes it unique in the Heriot-Watt catalogue. So anywhere from January, July, April, and September. The April and July intakes are what we call global college focused. So the global college is our foundation track that leads into undergraduate study. And as I say, students have the opportunity to transfer once their degree is underway. So once they are on their undergraduate course, they have to complete 1 year at least on the course. But then after that, assuming that they've been successful in passing all modules, they have the opportunity to transfer to Dubai or of course, to the UK campus. Now, I've included a video here. This is a parental review. So Heriot-Watt interviewed some parents to kind of understand what their logic was in selecting this university for their children. These parents are all from Pakistan, and culturally, obviously, the family is very important in Pakistan, and they take a lot of consideration when selecting a university for their children. So I think it's really key to hear what they have to say. So I'll play this video again.
Actually, when I was in Pakistan, I decided my son sent to any foreign universities. I didn't want to send him to UK right away. When I went on the net and found out about Heriot-Watt, they have their own campuses in UAE and then in Malaysia. This is a very good university. They concentrate on each student's that good. Unlike other things, when you go for the orientation, they just give you a fancy talks. I had to be very selective because I have only one son, and this was a matter of his career, not something like that. I had to be very choosy in selecting the university, but I'm happy that I have selected this one.
Heriot-Watt University is well recognized university, international, having very good recognition, and especially very affordable in Malaysian campus. And Malaysia is a very safe country for especially for girls. I'm concerned because my daughter is going to study. So we found among all other universities, this is the best solution at the moment with my circumstances and present situation.
So yes, as you can see, the family's very happy with their selection. And I think that's important because, of course, the student's the key person in the decision-making process. But the family involvement is very important too. So the fact that they have agreed that Heriot-Watt Malaysia is the best destination for their children, I think speaks volumes. As you can see here as well, Heriot-Watt Malaysia, of course, has all the facilities that we'd expect, but it hosts some of the some key international events as well. This was a climate meeting that took part on Heriot-Watt Malaysia campus by the British Global Organization, and invited delegates from all around the world to attend. And students have then, of course, the opportunity to experience what that would be like. It's great career progression options and preparation. Within Heriot-Watt Malaysia as well, and with all Heriot-Watt campuses, there are student societies and clubs available. So here we have just a small selection. We have the academic community and sports societies, and they are all student-led. So students that arrive on campus have an option straight away, or when they feel more confident after 1 year, to be part of these communities, to help lead how these communities and societies are led, and they provide then support for students, their peers within the university. So there is a wider range. If students are interested, they can visit the Heriot-Watt Malaysia Student Association website to see exactly what clubs are available and what would pique their interest. So I mentioned the Heriot-Watt Malaysia Global College. So the Global College, as I say, is the foundation pathway. There are two foundation pathways in Malaysia: foundation in business and foundation in science. So the programs that you can see listed on the left and right are the pathways available to students once they complete their foundation year. Of course, students can still enter direct if their entry qualifications are strong enough. But if not, then we have this sort of fallback option of the foundation program. And it's a wide range of programs at undergraduate level that students can then graduate to. So by completing the foundation in science, they can do anything from accounting and business and marketing through to civil engineering or chemical engineering. So there's a wide range there. I will share as well at the end of the slide the list of resources. So people can, and once they have the deck shared with them, which we will do, they can then review the full content of these programs if they wish. So the cost of studying at Heriot-Watt Malaysia, as I mentioned, it is relatively cost-effective way of securing a degree. The currency that you can see, we've got the Malaysian ringgit, which is the local currency, MYR, and then we have the chat and on the right-hand side column, just to try and sort of give you an idea of the conversion rates. So I'll allow people just to kind of review at their own pace here, but the foundation programs have varying costs, and then of course the undergraduate programs do as well. So that would be the cost per year, and as I say, it's 3 years for the undergraduate, if they get direct entry. Otherwise, it's 3 years undergraduate plus the foundation year. But there are merit scholarships available. So currently we're running a Ramadan discount, which will run right until the end of March. So students that apply, they don't have to have their offer, they don't have to deposit. As long as they submit their application by March 31st, they will be given a Ramadan discount of 720 GBP for year one. There are also merit scholarships. So at the same point when we review any student's entry qualifications to decide whether they are going into year one or foundation, if they are strong enough, they will be offered a additional scholarship. And this can range quite widely, so it's difficult to kind of give you a specific example. But this would be sort of similar, if not higher, to the Ramadan discount, and that would run for the remaining years of the study. So significant sort of cost saving opportunities there as well. So now we'll move on to the Edinburgh campus. So as I say, Edinburgh is the original Heriot-Watt campus. It is Scotland's, located just outside Scotland's capital city, about 5 kilometres. Again, one of the safest cities in the UK. I live here. It is an absolutely beautiful city, as you can see from some of the images here. And students that study at Heriot-Watt Malaysia, again, have the opportunity to come to the UK, and they can spend one semester doing, 4 months, or they can come for a year, or they can complete their degree in the UK. The campus itself is located within a very big plot of land. So it's 380 acres. So everything is located within that 380 acres. The research buildings, the lecture halls, the libraries, the accommodation, and of course, like the beautiful sort of gardens that you can see here. So I will actually often take a walk around these gardens when the weather is nice in Scotland, because it's a beautiful thing to do. But here you can see the full layout. So this is a very big campus in comparison to Malaysia, which is located in quite a succinct way, as is Dubai. The Edinburgh campus is very large, and it has this village feel. So it's almost like being in a little village. This is an aerial shot, and we'll come to some of the facilities in a second. But as you can see, the sports here is big. As some of the football pitches there, and Scotland's Sports Centre is located in that big white building that you can see. But that is all of Heriot-Watt Campus Edinburgh. One of the things that Heriot-Watt's very proud of is the National Robotarium. So this is within the UK. This is one of the leading research centres for artificial intelligence, which of course is, the hottest topic in the world right now, and robotics. So experimentation goes on here, research, and a very advanced learning. So anyone interested in computer science or robotics and things like that, to have this on your campus is quite a sensational thing. We also have the sports, so many students who are interested in sports, gym, any other sort of collaboration, teamwork societies will take place in here. Very impressive building, and all the facilities again are available to students. But of course, the usual, the library, a medical centre, there's a multi-faith chaplaincy available to students, so they are able to worship regardless of their faith. Cafes, student unions, places for socialising. It's a very beautiful campus. So Edinburgh itself, for anyone who's not familiar, it's not the biggest city in the world. It's actually quite a small city. It's very condensed into a city centre, which makes it very walkable, or if students want to cycle around, they can do. The public transport is very good in Edinburgh. So there are buses for anyone that lives off campus that wants to take a bus into the campus. It will only take about 20 to 30 minutes at most. You can also explore the rest of the UK from Edinburgh quite easily. You can go to Glasgow, which is the biggest city in Scotland, within 45 minutes, and you can be in London within 4.5 hours. Also, other big cities, Manchester, Liverpool, easily accessible. So I also want to talk a little bit more about the Global College. We gave an introduction about what it is. It's the foundation pathway for students. But what I think is important to note is that students joining Global College, so if they choose to do the foundation in business or the foundation in science, they're not taught anywhere else except the university campus. They are integrated with university students on campus, they have the same experience, they have the same quality of teaching. In fact, Global College students, foundation students, receive extra attention. So they will have more regular meetings with their tutors in order to ensure that they're progressing well, and they will have more pastoral opportunities as well. So student support will be more readily available to these students to establish that they're progressing well and will be ready to study their undergraduate degree. As a sort of brief summary of how it works within the UK, the students will start in the Global College. There is a pre-masters in the UK. So if students are interested in postgraduate study, it would have to be the UK. The UK is the only Global College pre-masters within the 3 campuses. But either way, they go undergraduate or postgraduate. And then for the UK, that leads directly into year 2, which then becomes a 3-year degree, very much like the Malaysia campus. Or they would study their pre-masters for anywhere between 4 months and 1 year, and then move on to their postgraduate program. But of course, the Global College is not the only option available. They can still apply direct, and if students are strong enough, they will be accepted directly into their degree preference. So again, I want to kind of give the impression of just how many degree programs are available as part of leading from the Global College. But these are not the total sum of the programs available. Again, that resource will be made available to everyone on this call, and they can search through at their own leisure to find the degree program that they think is right for them. So in terms of the number of available degree programs at our Dubai and Malaysia campuses, they are a smaller portfolio of programs. So Dubai, as you can see, 27 undergraduate, 59 postgraduate, and Heriot-Watt has 18 undergraduate and 8 postgraduate. But the list that we shared there previously is very extensive. The students that want to take part within a transfer means that because there's smaller numbers, they're almost guaranteed to be able to transfer from Malaysia to the UK. It's not the same if a student starts in the UK because there's a wider range of wider portfolio of programs. So it can be more difficult for students who are studying a niche program to move to Malaysia or Dubai. In terms of the English language requirements, now this is highlighted as the UK, but these can be taken as across the board. I've listed the IELTS here. We accept a wide range of international qualifications, of other standard tests such as TOEFL, Cambridge, but also we accept sometimes a medium of instruction letter. So if a student has been taught in English previously, we can accept that sometimes. It depends. But this is to give you an idea of what the typical English language standard would have to be. But again, if the student falls slightly below, we can work with them to kind of figure out exactly what qualifications they have taken previously that would be suitable for entry. So as a comparison, here's some of the fees that students can expect to pay in the UK. So again, local currency is Great British pounds, and then we have the Myanmar Chat as well. It's important to note that any student transferring from the Malaysia campus to the UK campus will automatically be given a 20% discount on all of these fees. So because the jump from Malaysia to the UK can be significant in terms of cost and living, Heriot-Watt covers that by automatically applying a 20% discount to all of these fees. So regardless where the student goes, you can subtract 20% off that. And of course, if they've already been offered a scholarship, that will be retained as well throughout their study. So these are the large starting fees, but really most students will pay less than this. Again, scholarships, as I say, are available. But yes, there is going to be a price comparison coming up, so I'll allow people to sort of compare the 3 campuses, and it indicates the real cost effectiveness of Malaysia. So within studying, as students graduate in the UK, so if a student starts in Malaysia, they then graduate in the UK, they have all the same rights as any other student who spent 4 years in the UK already studying. They can remain and study after their graduation for up to 2 years, so they can secure a job within the UK. they're allowed to work off campus as well. So compared to the US, where you have to work on campus and you can only start a part-time job to support yourself after a certain number of weeks, as soon as a student arrives in the UK with a student visa, they're entitled to work 20 hours per week and they can secure a job anywhere they want. The careers service here, we'll touch on this in just a minute, is very, very good. Heriot-Watt career services are very well known for being fundamental in the success of students graduating from this university. And as I say, the duration of a master's, as with all campuses, can be completed in 1 year. So if a student wants to study undergraduate in Malaysia, maybe move in their final year or final 2 years to the UK, maybe they want to study a master's as well, they would have the opportunity to do that. And any student that moves from undergraduate to postgraduate will also receive a further 20% discount as the alumni scholarship. I will briefly go over Dubai. So we always like to cover Dubai because it is one of our 3 campuses. I understand perhaps in this context it's less important, but I think it's still worth reviewing. So again, Dubai is located in one of the safest cities. So all 3 of these campuses are located in very safe, very welcoming, very diverse cities, and all provide a different experience to students. So really, the student experience can vary depending on which one they choose, but that experience can obviously influence and really be valuable to a student. I mean, Dubai is well known as a super city, a global growing city, particularly useful for students that want to secure industry experience because of the availability of huge companies right next door to the campus. I mean, I've been to the Dubai campus. Some of like IBM, Google, they're all like 5-minute walk away from this campus. Again, the facilities are very modern. They provide rest, they provide academics, they provide enthusiasm. I won't play this video just because we're sort of getting close to time. But again, the video is available as part of the resources that will be shared at the end. And again, I don't want to spend too much time going through every single available program that Heriot-Watt has because we'll be here forever. But here's an example of some of the programs that Heriot-Watt Dubai offers and is particularly well known for. As you can see, there's very plentiful options. Again, the tuition fees are different again because they're within the local currency and within that local market. The local currency, there's the dirham, the UAE dirham, and then the Malaysian chat next to it on the Myanmar chat, excuse me, on the right. Again, scholarships are available at all of these universities. So if a student wanted to move from Malaysia to Dubai, there will be scholarships and cost effectiveness there. So here is the cost comparison across the UK, Dubai, and Malaysia. So I'll actually use the cursor here. So our foundation programs, again, these are the postgraduate foundation are not available at Dubai and Malaysia. And then our undergraduate and postgraduate costs. So there is a range of costs here because depending on the resources required to deliver the program, if it's a engineering program where there's going to be a lot of laboratory work, it may be more expensive than like a business degree where you're just in a classroom all the time. But if we look at the second bottom line, the third line here, as you can see, compared this range for Malaysia, 20 million to 25 million chat is less than half of what the student would be paying in the UK. So a massively cost-effective way for students to secure, again, this UK accredited degree from one of the UK's top-ranked universities is very, very cost-effective, and that's because of course, the economy within Malaysia is reflected upon the tuition fees that are available to them. Again, if you haven't had time to review each of those lines, because there is a lot of information there, this is all going to be shared. So this is actually a little bit more information on Dubai. But as I've said, so the 20% tuition fee waiver when transferring to the UK from Malaysia. There's also a 10% tuition fee discount for students transferring to Dubai. So some students will want to experience both campuses. Dubai and the UK after studying in Malaysia, and that is possible as well. But they will be given discounts. As I say, they don't have to move permanently to one of these campuses. They can do a transfer for one semester or for one academic year. But it really is an opportunity for a global experience for a student that otherwise, other students go to one university, they're there for the duration, and that's it. Accommodations available for students at all of these campuses. So these are some images from the Edinburgh campus, which is located on campus. Dubai and Malaysia are located about 20-minute drive, so they would, a bus or if they want to, they can cycle, would be required to get to and from. Some of the campuses do have shuttle buses though, and they run at certain times, so students can secure transport to their campus at certain times. But of course, students as well are more than entitled to secure their own private accommodation. They do not have to stay at any Heriot-Watt sanctioned accommodation. So one of the key things that I mentioned at the start was the high percentage of students that once they graduate are securing a job within an industry that they want to work in within 6 months. And that is partly down to the campus support that Heriot-Watt offers. It has its Grad Futures program, which is a lifelong membership to anyone who has studied at Heriot-Watt. So if you complete your degree and in 10 years' time you want to use this facility, it's going to be available to students. They provide advice on resumes, they provide advice on job advertisements, they have links to industry as well, so to the tech industry, to the business world, to the banking world, and they can facilitate certain things. Essentially, they're a support system for students, so they don't provide jobs to students. The students still have to do their own work and make sure that they secure those jobs. But the idea here is to be the support and to provide advice that they know works on securing your career job. So again, the fact that this lasts for your lifetime, I think is very important. And it is available across all 3 campuses. Again, because of time, I won't play this video, but this is an introduction to the graduate services team. And it explains how students can use this service in a little bit more detail. So, as I say, we attract top global companies across the world to the UK campus, to the Dubai campus, to Malaysia campus. Here are some of the companies that attend our career or recruitment fairs. So students will have the opportunity to go to a representative of one of these companies to speak, start a conversation, to share their contact details. I know specifically I worked very closely with a student from Peru in the UK. He was studying in the UK because he helped us with some Shorelight marketing material with an interview on his testimony. And he's not yet graduated his postgraduate. He's already secured a job working in construction project management, and he will be taking up that job upon graduation and actually working in the Caribbean, believe it or not. So very exciting for him. As you can see, some of the careers fairs that we have across each campus, it is just as important to provide students with the opportunity to kind of understand what they need to do in order to advance their career and to provide opportunities within this aspect, as of course it is for providing the academics and making sure that the student is growing academically. So we bring the companies to us, but we also take students to industry. So all of these photos are from Malaysian campus students. As you can see, some of them going to banking industries or to engineering companies. They can spend the day there. They can communicate with current staff and representatives of the company, and an experience of what it would be like to kind of work within their preferred industry. As Shorelight students, every student that comes through Shorelight is provided additional benefits. So students can contact me at any time they want. I am on-campus liaison, like I say, based in the UK, but I do visit other campuses, and my email is widely available. They can access our Centre for Academic Success as well. So we understand that students may feel, some of the support that the university offers they might feel nervous about taking that up. They might not know who to ask. They can come to this Centre for Academic Success. They can take videos at their own time. They can communicate with our tutors that are employed by Shorelight and ask specific questions that maybe they wouldn't want to ask. They can also provide advice on adapting to international study. So, how do I find a doctor? How do I, what's the should I expect to pay in a shop? What should I expect to pay for a meal, etc., etc. So, a lot of advanced support there available. As I say, these are all the resources. So there's a lot to take in as part of this presentation, and I appreciate that. But each of these resources and videos that I've provided as part of this will be shared. And if you've got any questions, of course, we'll take some time at the end of this presentation. But if you think of anything later, then please reach out to Locke or myself. Essentially, in summary, it's a welcoming, diverse university. Regardless of what campus you go to, the staff are provided by Heriot-Watt. They are accredited by that same institution. There's a wide range of degrees, as we've seen. The employability statistics are incredible, and the ongoing support for students that graduate Heriot-Watt is incredible as well. So right now, I'm happy to kind of pause. I'll give my voice a rest for a second. I'm sure you're all struggling to understand the Scottish accent perhaps. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions, I'm happy.